Hi everyone, I'm Monkey Toast performer Carrie Griffin, and before we start tonight's show, I'd like to do a land acknowledgement. My family has had the privilege of living in Canada for over 200 years, which may sound like a long time, but we are still a family born of immigrants on this land. I don't know how well my ancestors honored the land and the indigenous peoples, to be honest, probably not always well. But I hope that I and future generations can be motivated to honor and acknowledge our shared stewardship of this land. Tonight, we want to acknowledge that all the performers are on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and the Mississauga here in Ontario within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement, which is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We give thanks to their stewardship of the land and hope that we can all live together in peace and harmony. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to Monkey Toast Improvised Talk Show, live online right now, before your very eyes, starring the Monkey Toast players, Brandon Hackett, Jack Mosshammer, the animated Jack Mosshammer. He's very excited. Sandy Joven Bevins, a little more subdued than Jack, I must say. Jan Caruana, Lisa Merchant, and Carrie Griffin. Special guest tonight joining us, Chef Claire Tansey. We're going to talk about food, people. There'll be no eating, though. Music by Huey Minden. I knew that. I booked the show. Well, Lisa booked the show. I'm just here. Who am I? I'm David Shore, your host. Part of my head is dirty, apparently. And welcome to Monkey Toast Improvised Talk Show, everybody. Here we go. Get my camera. There I am. Hi, everybody. Hello. So nice to see you. I can't see you, but I'm so glad that you're here. I don't know if you're here. What do I know? I know the Clash are here. As always, I'm joined by the Clash. And the Clash are pleased because the Clash are anti-fascists. Yes, they are. Okay. And, the last two shows, the September and October show, took place on nights of Jewish holidays. And tonight is no different. Tonight is the first night of what is called the Days of Shpilkas. Yes, it's one of the longest Jewish holidays because it runs right until noon on January 20th next year. Yeah, hopefully there won't be too many days of oy vey during that time because the oy vey days won't be good. Those two jokes, if I might call them jokes, and I don't know if I can. I'll hear from Ron Tite later if those jokes are acceptable. Those are made possible by my brand new book called Yiddish I Learned at the Dinner Table. Yes, Yiddish I Learned at the Dinner Table. It's got such Yiddish classics as Schmendrick, Schlepp, Schlemazel, and Schnorrer. And those are just the sh words, yeah. The words. That chapter comes with a face guard, yeah, for all the spit that the does. Yeah, because it's not Yiddish if you don't get the going. Anyways, there's also an extra chapter, bonus chapter, devoted to modern day Kuni Lemels and Chandras. That part of the joke is just for my mother. Hopefully she's laughing. She's probably going, what is he talking about? My son is an idiot. Why am I doing this? Why is he doing this? Now she's going, why is he talking about this? Anyways, some of you got some of that. The rest of you have to go to the deli more often. And let me just say what a pleasure it is to perform jokes with no chance of hearing laughter from anybody. And my only hap is that Ron Tite, our former host, is saying, I don't get it. I shouldn't joke about Ron Tite. Ron Tite is actually in the book. There's a chapter called Mensches and Maisels, where I list all the Mensches I know and which character they're most similar to in the fabulous Mrs. Maisel. And Ron is, of course, the closest to Lenny Bruce, but without the smoking and heroin addiction. Yes. Okay. Well, now that I've alienated most of you, let's bring out the cast to say hello. Hey, cast, come on out and say hello, everybody. Let's bring out the cast. Bring out the cast. There they are. There's everybody. They look different than their photos, but similar because they're animated. Yeah. You know what I forgot to do, cast? I forgot to say that tonight's show is 100% supported by donations. That's right. Donations, so I can pay the cast and the other people involved in the show. If you want to give a donation tonight, please go to our PayPal page. It's paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto, not backslash. We learned the last show. It's just a slash. Carrie's writing that down to give to his neighbors. paypal.me/monkeytoast. You'll see a picture of this face along with the name Nathan Shore, because that's my first name, and PayPal won't allow me to go by my middle name, which is David. You can ask my mother for the story as I bore you all to death. How you doing, cast? How are you all tonight?
Boot.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
A lot of fun.
All right. Okay. Lisa's giving me the look of like he went so Jewy. It's true, I did.
Oh man, I'm schwitzing.
Lisa looks like she's running a diner in the 1950s.
I am, Sandy. I've gone back in time because it was better then.
Yeah. He's also working the phone at the same time. So
Absolutely.
yeah. And let's hear for Dewey Minden on the keys, everybody. Dewey, I don't know if she'll show her face or not, but we'll see Dewey. And helping us with tonight's live stream, there's Dewey. Helping us with tonight's live stream is Dan Gallia, whose name I've been pronouncing wrong for the last 5 shows until Jan said, "You're pronouncing it wrong." And I was like, Dan never told me. So I blame Dan. Anyways, let me briefly explain how the show works. In a moment, I'll bring in our special guest and I'm going to interview her. We're going to chat. The cast has not seen any of the interview questions. And then I'm going to throw the focus back to the players. And they're going to use the interview as a springboard for their improvised scenes. Everything they're going to do is made up on the spot. And the show will go back and forth between interview and improv. Sound like fun?
Sure does.
Part of tonight's show will be mine. No, it won't be. Okay. All right. Let's say goodbye to the cast. Bye, everybody. We'll see you all in a moment. I need to wet my whistle with the Monkey Toast mug. And before I bring our guest out, let me just remind everybody, there it is, tonight's show. If you want to give a donation, paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. And if you're watching this, the show will be on our YouTube channel once it's finished rendering. So maybe 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I don't know what time zone you're in, but later tonight or early tomorrow morning. And if you have a friend or family you think might want to watch it, they can watch it and you can still donate because our PayPal never closes. It's like we're PBS in Buffalo having a telethon. We never close. Anyways, enough of my shtick. Are you ready to meet a special guest? Clash, you're ready. I've been in that pose for years. Okay, our special guest tonight is the author of the bestsellers Dinner Uncomplicated, Fixing a Delicious Meal Every Day of the Week, and Uncomplicated, Taking the Stress at Home Cooking. Please welcome to the show the founder of Claire Tansey's Kitchen. Please welcome back Claire Tansey. Yay, you got applause from me, Claire. Because no one else, you can't hear anyone else's applause. Thank you so much for being here, Claire. Thank you so much for being here.
So great to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, we were talking a bit before the show. Like we haven't met before. We're having a bit of a chat. And we were talking about what we were doing. Because let's just admit, everyone's been like, what's going on in America, right? Everyone's been so tense. And I told you, and I was telling Dan before, that on election day, and the next day, I watched 30 hours of Downton Abbey because I didn't want to deal with it. And you watched, what film did you watch to occupy your time? You were telling us about documentary.
I watched the one called My Octopus Teacher, about the guy who essentially befriends an octopus.
And Dan asked you an interesting question, and I said, let's save it for the show. Dan asked you, would you be able to eat octopus again after seeing that documentary?
So I did wonder because I came to a friend's house for dinner tonight, and she often cooks octopus, serves octopus as an appetizer. And the thought did go through my mind, am I going to be able to eat octopus tonight? And ultimately, it didn't have to make the decision. She served duck instead, so no problem there. But I think I'm still okay with that. I've always been eyes open. I understand that animals live, and then sometimes we eat them. So I feel like I think I'm still good with octopus, especially with a little bit of chorizo and a little bit of vinegar. Ooh, some lentils.
Oh, there's an octopus. I don't know if that's the actual. Is that the actual octopus from the movie?
It's hard for me to say. I feel like maybe the guy who made the movie would be a better.
I haven't seen it. Dan was a big fan of the movie as well and spoke to its praises. I still have to watch it. Today I was just watching clips of The Sopranos because all I can think about is people getting whacked. But that's just me. But Claire, let's talk about you because you're here and you're our special guest. So you've been in the cooking industry, for lack of a better word, for over 20 years. How did you first get into that? How did you get into that industry?
I grew up in a family where everything was about food. Every meal a celebration, every celebration a meal. We were sitting there eating dinner, and we would eat. The two topics of conversation acceptable would be, what are we going to eat tomorrow, or remember that other meal we ate that one time that was so delicious. Wow. So we're pretty food focused. So it took me quite a long time to figure out that could be my career as well. So I went off and did a master's degree in literature, you know, then the pieces sort of fell together, and I ended up moving to Toronto to try to get a job at a magazine test kitchen, specifically the Chatelaine magazine test kitchen, yada yada yada. I got the job.
And so, what happens at a test kitchen? Like, I'm assuming you're testing foods. But take us through a bit of the process about what happens at a test kitchen.
So specifically, it's recipe testing. So if you think of your typical magazine and Chatelaine or, Canadian Living, Good Housekeeping, there's a big chunk of magazine recipes at the back. And so the test kitchen is where we develop and create all those recipes. And because recipes are made, when you publish a recipe in a magazine, a lot of people make it. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Right.
So you have to make sure it works. So one person makes it, and then another person makes it to make sure it works the same way, and then another person makes it just to absolutely check, double check, cross check that it's really going to work for the readers who are making it at home. But as a person who works there, it means that you're cooking all day and you're eating all day.
Okay.
Not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, there are worse jobs. But were you taking home, like, were you ever cooking at home during that time, or were there just like tons of leftovers because everything had to be made 2 or 3 times?
Some days it's cheesecake, so you're just taking home 9 cheesecakes, which isn't the best for dinner.
Right.
But I mean, there would be, because we were also often about 6 months in advance working in a magazine. We're working about 6 months in advance, and so it'd be the middle of July, it'd be the hottest day in July, and I'd be going home with half a turkey and stuffing and gravy, and like getting on the subway, and people are looking at me funny. And you're like, yeah, well, what are you gonna do? It's braised cabbage and sausage night, so just deal with it.
And what's the best thing you think, like this, while in the test kitchen, this is the best thing we ever made? What was your favorite thing they ever made? Or something that you thought this was great, or maybe you thought wouldn't turn out great, but was great. Just something that was awesome in the test kitchen.
Gosh, we did about 1,000 recipes a year. So that's a tough call. I do remember making a grilled cheese sandwich with dates in it. That was superb.
Really? Dates? That sounds interesting. This might be easier to remember. What was the worst?
You're not jazzing on the grilled cheese with dates?
I could do without the dates. So, yeah.
It was delicious. Trust me, it was delicious.
I believe you. I might try it one day. I'm not going to try it. But what was like the thing that you had, like, this was terrible? What was like the worst, or one of the worst things you guys made that's like, well, that didn't work out?
Oh, so many things. So many things. I can't even think of.
Do they all involve raisins by any chance? Because raisins ruin everything. So I'm a firm believer.
What have you? I worked with a raisin hater. It's interesting. I mean, all I had to do to like send her into absolute fits was to say raisins. I love raisins. Okay,
in cookies? You like them in butter tarts?
I like them in cookies. I like them in tagines. I like them in beef stews. I like them by the handful.
Did you
More
say
raisins.
Did you say raisin in a stew? Did you say that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're going to dare me to do that? I'm going to bring it on. I'm going to put raisins in whatever I want.
Yeah. You know what, Claire? Based on all that, let's see some comedy.
That's very good, Henderson. Make sure you're adding enough sodium to the formulas.
Mr. Peterson?
Merchant. Yes. How are your projects coming along?
Well, they're fine. I just wanted to bring something forward.
Yes. Feel free to speak up. Yes. All of you, gather around. Listen. Ms. Merchant has something to teach us all about cooking.
Well, it's just a thing that was passed down from my grandmother, and I put raisins in everything. I put raisins in everything.
We know.
Yes, this is an experimental lab. This is a science, my dear. You can hand out whatever recipe your grandmother used to make in the shack, but it's not going to do here. What chemical components could a raisin possibly add to some sort of dish?
Well, some sucrose.
Well, yes.
And some people say there's a little bit of umami.
Your grandmother knew of umami.
Yeah, she was very forward-thinking.
That was a secret only kept with the best chefs back in the days.
Well,
it was like the Illumumami movement.
My father was an Illumumami. My mother was an Illumumami.
You're both of the order.
my grandmother was head umami.
She was the grand umami?
Yes.
Umami? She was
She
the
was-
mommy of all umami?
She was the grand mommy of the umamis. She was Dame Umami.
Tell me, you know of the legends, don't you?
Well, of course. I mean, she had to leave them to somebody.
They said at one point, the grand mommy of the umami would come forward. No longer would we live under the light of a secret organization, but we would come forward, proud of our secrets, our culinary secrets. Tell me.
And it says, as you can see here on the tablet, one day the sign of the umamis shall arrive, bringing flavors such as sucrose to savor.
And so it shall come to pass on this, the days of Splickus. Yes, yes, finally! The umami! Illuminami!
Meanwhile, in a home across town. No, don't. It's almost ready, hon. Don't peek. Don't peek.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes closed.
I just wanted something special, you know. It's not every day my wife is named head surgeon at the animal hospital.
Well, you know, you have to neuter a lot of dogs. So
Oh, yeah, no one neuters like you. I
know that's
don't
what
I know it.
they call me the
Okay,
neuter.
it's in front of you. Open your eyes.
Okay, it smells.
Interesting, doesn't it?
Oh. Mmm.
Yeah, it's grilled octopus.
Oh my goodness.
I put it in a sandwich format because I know you're cutting out lactose, so you didn't want grilled cheese. So I thought, I'm gonna bring some octopus.
That's great.
Those are tears of joy, I assume.
I mean, I would never want to rain on this culinary parade, but
Oh,
it's fine. I can't wait to try it.
honey, slow down. It's not. If you see his legs moving, it's because he's still alive. I heard that you have to consume them just a little bit alive to get the full flavor.
I'm sorry, I can't eat it.
I love you.
I know. I was at work today and someone brought in an octopus.
What?
Yeah. They were just driving and this little guy 8-legged his way onto the road and well, one of the legs was broken and I had to set it in a cast and looking into those 2 eyes and that beak and that sack that you didn't remove and I'm pretty sure is poison. I can't eat this. I'm not sure I can eat an animal ever again.
I didn't know this would affect you that way, hon.
Sweetie, look at him. Look at his little legs.
I call you mommy and daddy.
It's the baby we never had.
I know. Maybe this octopus came into our lives for a reason. I'm sorry I tried to cook you and serve you in sandwich form.
I mean, to say nothing of the fact that he talks.
Yes, I was a little surprised by that. I trusted your veterinary instincts to just go with it.
Well, you know, they say octopi are the smartest animals. They unlock, locks. They leave their cages. Look, this one's writing out Chaucer. Oh, look.
He wrote a note.
Juan that Averill with his shores sought, the drocht of March hath bared to the road. The opening lines of the Canterbury Tale.
Oh my goodness. Honey, this octopus is better read than I am.
I know you are not red.
I know. I don't know if I could give this octopus the upbringing he deserves.
Cut to a date with the octopus. Well, hi there. Thanks for answering my my ad.
Oh, no worries. You sounded so cool. It's my honor.
Oh, anyways, I haven't really gone out with an octopus before, and I was a little worried because I thought you might be a little handsy.
Oh, I totally get it. It's because I have 8 of them.
Well, it's true.
I will not do anything that you aren't comfortable with. I just wanted to.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, I guess you better tell your number 6 and number 7.
Those are the trouble legs.
I,
Bad legs.
I mean, I didn't mind it really, but it was a bit of a surprise.
Hey, I notice your glass is empty. Can I just spit some ink into there?
Oh, if you don't mind. Oh, ooh, when in Rome. Oh, 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 oh.
It's very spicy.
Oh, I've never felt so free.
Let's get loose. Octopi here.
Pop, 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 pop. My God, I'm growing arms.
That's what happens when you drink an octopus's ink. You turn into an octopus for 8 hours.
Later at brunch with Lisa the next morning. So there's something the girls and I want to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, bring it on.
I mean, we're so happy that you're with Glenn, and the fact that he's an octopus doesn't bother us. But it's just that every time you go out with someone new, you kind of turn into them.
What? That's not
And
true.
scene. All right. Before I bring back Claire, I just want to let you all know that Monkey Toast is available for all your private, corporate, or holiday virtual entertainment. There's more info on our website, monkeytoast.com. You click on the Hire Us page, and you can email me for more info via the website. And once again, tonight's show is Pay What You Can, and we are taking donations through PayPal. There's the address, paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. That's paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. And now let's bring back our special guest, the author of the Uncomplicated book series, Claire Tansey. There she is. Let's. I can't. Yeah, I know what you mean, Claire. It's really
Right? Like the bangs. Yeah, the struggle's real.
You know what? When the pandemic was like in 2 months, and everyone's like, "I haven't cut my hair," I'm like, "I've been cutting my own hair for 5 years, so I'm all good." But
You got to leg up.
look, there's one of your books. Let's talk about the books. You have the Dinner Uncomplicated, and sorry, my papers are everywhere. And Uncomplicated. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? And
So as you can tell, I'm really into very fussy, complicated cooking. You know what? Listen, dinner doesn't have to be difficult to be delicious. And I got kind of mad in the last, I finished the second book in February. So I was mad before that it seemed to me that there was this perception in the world that cooking is difficult, that you have to order these, meal kit delivery systems, or that you have to go to culinary school, or I don't know, that it's complicated. And it's really not. We've been doing this for thousands of generations. So it's actually can be easy, and dinner can actually be the best part of your day, shocking as that may sound. And the way to do that is to make it easier and less stressful and more delicious and frankly more fun. So that's why I wrote a book about it.
Because I personally, I have Crohn's, so I'm limited in what I can have at certain times. But I eat a lot of basic things. Like when I have chicken, I tend not to put anything on it. Same thing if I have salmon. If it's fresh, I just cook it and let the flavor come through. And I watched a bunch of your videos, and you've got a lot of 5-ingredient pan recipes, right? Is that like a one pan thing? So what's the
1 pan, 5 ingredients?
5 ingredients, yeah. And so what do you have a favorite like 1 pan 5 ingredient thing you make?
You're coming to me with these really tough questions.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. So the most popular video on your website is the 1 pan is the steak, the broil, a London broil.
The London broil.
Yeah. So why do you think that's most popular? Does people love steak, or just makes it easy? It did look delicious.
It's a total mystery. I have a feeling that the keyword London broil has some kind of like SEO unicorn poo on it, because it's magic. It's a great, it's a great recipe. You take a baking sheet and you take some of those adorable little ping pong ball sized potatoes, cut them in half, toss them with a bit of oil, put them on the pan, throw them into the oven for a bit, haul them back out again, put a flank steak on there, put it back under the broiler, haul it back out again, throw some asparagus on the same pan, and bingo, bango, bongo, you have got this like absolutely beautiful steak dinner, potatoes, vegetables, one pan, no cleanup, super easy, super cheap. So it's a really, I guess it's a fun recipe, but I actually think there's something about the word London that makes it feel a little bit more exciting.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought of that. I mean, that would be, yeah, you're probably right. Something about the London broil. One of the things I found interesting, because you make a sauce at the end with, was it fresh parsley? Was it parsley or basil? I can't remember.
You really went deep. Yeah. Fresh parsley and lemon zest.
Yeah, and I was wondering, because I watched a couple of different videos of yours, and one involved lemon zest, one involved you could use orange. You said orange or any zest that you want. And I thought, what's up with zest? Like, who thought of this? Like, where's zest coming from? Like, what's the theory?
Zest. So the theory on zest is you bought it, you may as well use it. Right. So, you buy a lemon, it's covered in this beautiful stuff. It's packed with flavor. You bought it, you own it. So zest that over top something that's intense, it's delicious, it's beautiful. Why waste it?
Why waste it? No, that makes a lot of sense to me. And let me ask, because I make a lot of potatoes, and you've got this like the best, what was it? I think the creamiest mashed potato recipe. And the first thing you said is, hey, if you're using this, throw it away. And I thought, well, I'm using this. I'm not fond of it. What's the key? What's the main key to making great mashed potatoes?
This device right here.
And show us, what is that?
Okay, so this is a potato ricer. And if you can see the tiny little holes at the bottom there, okay, so it's like a little bowl. You put your cooked potatoes in there, and then it's like being in the Tower of London. You absolutely extract the epitome of potato out of there. They come out in little bits of rice. Yeah. It's like that old Play-Doh maker. Remember the old Play-Doh thing we used to squeeze it through? Yeah. Exactly like that. Frankly, if you had that, you could probably use that. And the potatoes, they come out so perfectly creamy, absolutely fluffy, so luxurious. You just, you could skip the meat. They are that good.
It looked really good. And I'd never heard of a potato. I had to Google it. And I was like, oh, because I'm thinking, well, I think I might get a potato ricer, because I really am not a fan. I'm really not a fan. It doesn't really get everything mashed. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, that's very 1990.
Yeah, and I would have to have hair for it to be the 1990s. So it's not.
So, but you need a ricer.
And let me ask you, so because you talked about the best potatoes to use are Yukon Gold or yellow potatoes. And I find that often, particularly now during the pandemic, I find it difficult to get, because I'm a big fan of the Yukon Gold as well. Is there a second best? Like, where are you ranking your potatoes? Because my mother did not believe me when I said, Mom, different potatoes are for different things. She's like, we're buying these because they're the cheapest potato. Yeah. No offense to my mother, but she was an immigrant, and then you buy the cheapest potatoes, and it's like, fine, But,
I mean, I am half Irish, so I do have a lot of investment in potatoes.
Okay.
Yukon Gold, I enjoy Yukon Gold. It's kind of a middle of the road standard potato, and it's a potato you can use for. I'm going to get super technical here. It's a potato that has the right blend of starchiness and waxiness, so you can roast it, bake it, boil it, fry it, French fry it, mash it. Now, if you want to then diversify and get really specific. You can use a russet potato for a mashed potato. That can be quite nice and fluffy. Also good for a baker. Don't use a red skin potato because it's too waxy, and then you will have gluey mashed potatoes, and your party will be a disaster.
That's good to know. And how important is it to salt the water when you're boiling the potatoes?
It's the most important step. If you don't salt the water, give up. Now, salting the water. Salt is the most important ingredient in any kitchen. You got to salt the potato water. You got to salt the pasta water. You got to salt the vegetable water. You got to salt the turkey. You got to put salt on it. That is my first step in making dinner more delicious. Put salt on it.
And let me ask you, because I recently had a run-in with a green-skinned potato, and I've read different things online where don't eat the green skin, like throw it out, or just peel all the green away. And because of my stomach is sensitive, I was like, I'm throwing this out. What do you do if you got a green skinned potato?
I would just peel until I saw the white.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Claire, based on all that, let's see some comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, shifting through that. Oh, hey! I found me a potato. Hey, Muty Jack. I found me a potato, Muty Jack.
Pa,
I found me a potato.
We're going to be able to eat today, Pa.
Oh boy, I've been sifting all morning. I finally found me a Yukon Gold.
Whoa, Yukon Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be all waxy.
Yukon Gold? Yukon Gold ain't waxy. You looking for the Redskin. They're the waxy ones.
The Redskins, Pa. You know everything about potatoes, Pa. You know everything about potatoes. What are we gonna make? We gonna make a potato roast? Or we gonna have us a potato salmon? Or we gonna have us some potato cake?
Potato salmon. One of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites.
Pa, I'm so happy. I didn't think we'd make it another winter. What with there being no other food staples about.
Yeah.
Later at the gold judging office. I'm sorry to tell you there, Clem, but what you got there is Fool's Yukon Gold.
Fool's Yukon Gold? What is the best Yukon Gold potato I've been shifting all these years?
Hate to tell you that, but that there is Fool's Yukon Gold.
But we done found that in our ground. It's still good for eating, though, isn't it?
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't eat it until I saw the white of its eyes.
Okay, well, I'm going to start
potato eyes.
I'm going to start peeling. Got a little bit green in here.
A little bit green, just a little bit green, though. That's just a little bit green. That's a little bit greener. It's getting greener, Pa. It's getting greener.
These are all green.
It's like
they're all green.
It's like
sorry to be the one to tell you. You came west for nothing.
Meanwhile, in a fancy spa. Welcome to De La Mange Spa. You look like you are in need of some relaxation. Please.
Yes, absolutely. I've been having too much salt in my diet, and it's making my blood pressure go high, so I just want to relax. Thank you for bringing me here.
Yes, please sit here in this warm, lathery bath, and I will begin gently massaging your toes.
Oh,
we do an entire food-based treatment here. So the water you're soaking in is actually a beef broth.
Oh, that smells really lovely.
Yes, it's bringing out your natural flavor, your natural aromas, shall I say, your natural energies. Yes.
Of course,
Manuel, I brought the zest. Here's the zest.
Thank you, Consuela. Yes, now, sir, yes, just allow the zest to cover you everywhere. Allow it to soak through your pores. It will really make you tender and juicy and relaxed, of course. It will make you very stressed, yes.
Very fragrant. It makes my skin smell delicious.
It certainly does. It certainly does. Now, you said you had a lot of salt in your diet, right?
Yes, yeah, I was downing just so many salty snacks and salty foods that I wouldn't be surprised.
Watch out! They're going to eat you! They're going to eat you!
Get away, sorry. That's just another satisfied customer who's trying to de-stress, and they're going to get a strict neck massage in the next room to de-stress.
You just covered in barbecue sauce?
No, that was a massage oil. It's just a thick southern massage oil with a bit of sugar. It really does wonders for the muscles, makes them quite tender and soft. Yes.
I love that, absolutely.
Now I'm just going to add a little cumin to your mixture here. That allow that to soak deep into you.
You haven't noticed that the water's getting quite hot.
Yes, that's good. It allows all the stress to relieve your body. Just soak into it.
I'm just next door. I've run all out of the olive oil thing you wanted me to rub into my skin.
Oh, yes, of course. Here's another batch. Please continue rubbing. Yes, and make sure you massage it in. Yes, really knead yourself.
Okay, thank you.
I couldn't help but notice that also there's a bunch of leaves of broccoli and cauliflower just floating to the top of this sort of broth.
Well, we think here at De La Mange Spa that it's very important to have a side dish of relaxation just to accompany you in your next journey into your new life.
Delamage, it's right in the table. Delamage, it's right in the table.
Please, sir, please. See another satisfied customer. They're so excited.
Manuel, I've brought the eraser.
Oh, Consuela, thank you.
There's the
Thank
eraser.
Yes.
Okay, I'm about 50% certain that something's wrong here, but I'm gonna keep enjoying the spa because I've had a long, stressful week.
Yes, that's the good attitude. And you also did sign the disclaimer on the NSA agreement on your way in, so just...
Cut back to the Klondike. Cut back to the Klondike. Oh, son. Son, are you there?
Yeah, Pa. I'm here, Pa, but I'm fading fast.
I know. I know it's been tough, but we got to go back for one more sift. One more sift. That's the only way. That's
Okay,
the only way.
yoke me up again, Pa, and I'll walk through the fields.
Okay. We got to get at least one more of them potatoes. We can do it.
Or how much further I can walk, Pa? Wait, what's this?
What is it?
What
is it?
What's this?
Oh, that's that a Yukon Gold?
It's green on the outside, but
Start peeling till you find white. Start peeling till you find white.
Pa, inside, it's all white. It's all white, Pa. We shook it. We shook it, Rich Pa. We shook it.
You ate it all.
I'm sorry, Pa.
You ate it all.
I got hungry. I didn't have no time to try and make au gratin.
You carry on our legacy.
I will, Pa.
You carry on our legacy.
I will, Pa.
You tell everybody that we tried our best. And even your father tried his best.
That was waxy.
Waxy.
He was a little
I got
waxy.
nothing.
Meanwhile, on a ledge. Thank you for coming, Denise, but you're not talking me down.
Listen, Audrey, this is your histrionics or just, you've gone too far.
It's not histrionics, Denise. I might as well just end it. I forgot to salt the water.
Oh, for God's sakes. Look, you forgot to salt, we've all forgotten to salt the water here and there.
Now the potatoes won't taste good and the pasta will be gooey and everything will just be awful. I might as well just end the party that is my life.
Audrey, I think this is about something a little bigger than your lack of salting. It's about you being afraid to grab hold of life and live it. You're always trying to live through adding a little more salt, adding a little more of this. Like that's going to make things better. It isn't, Audrey.
What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to get out there and live life. You're supposed to kiss a guy or a girl or whatever you want to kiss, and you're supposed to like it.
Just strolling by this bridge, a newfound bachelor.
Audrey, I don't have to point to the obviousness of this situation, do I?
Try, Denise. I'll try one last time.
Here you go. Here's a little vial of salt to just get you through.
Oh, excuse me. Well,
What are you doing out in this bridge?
I was just taking in the evening air.
Me too. I do it every night now that I'm a newfound bachelor.
A newfound bachelor?
Yes. I was in a relationship, but she liked the pepper and I liked the salt.
I also like the salt.
Himalayan?
In fact,
Himalayan?
Yes.
Himalayan?
Himalayan, pink, Dead Sea, just even plain old iodized table salt. It's the most important ingredient in your kitchen.
That is the most important ingredient in your kitchen. Why I find that salt is the root to the heart.
That's what they say. Can I tell you something?
Sure. Tell me anything.
I haven't lived. The only kiss I've ever known is a Hershey's kiss.
Well,
Maybe that's too much too fast.
No. Have you ever tried the marriage of a Himalayan salt and a common salt on the taste of your lips?
No, I haven't.
Why, I have some common salt here. I carry it with me everywhere I go. Oh, combination of those salts is like nothing I've ever had before in my entire life.
I finally feel alive, and I don't care if I'm rice and another potato ever again.
I know this is rather sudden, us just finally putting our salty lips together as one big salt formation, but, well, will you marry me?
And scene. Wow. Salt makes you move fast into marriage, apparently. Our next show is on Saturday, December 5th. Wherever you're watching it now, you can watch it at the same place. And our special guest that night will be Corey Ross. And Corey is the person responsible for Toronto's immersive Van Gogh exhibit. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Van Gogh and stuff like that. So join us then. You can get updates about all of our upcoming shows by going to our website, or you can sign up for our newsletter at our website, monkeytoast.com. And tonight's show, as you can see, tonight's show is pay what you can. So please, if you can, make a donation to paypal.me/monkeytoasttoronto. And let's bring back out our special guest, Claire Tansey. There she is. Hi, Claire. There we go. So Claire, you're originally from Montreal, is that correct?
Oui, c'est vrai.
Okay. I don't understand any French because I'm from English Toronto. No, I understood that. But did you hate Toronto before moving it?
100%.
100%. Okay. And because I grew up, I'm from Toronto, and I had a lot of friends from summer camp from Montreal. And I used to go visit. And I loved Montreal, and I loved the Habs until I went away to university, and I had roommates from Montreal, and they made me hate the Canadians, because the first thing they'd say would be like, "Where are you from?" Toronto. They go, "The Leafs." The guy had anything to do with it. And then, of course, they all moved to Toronto and would bitch about Toronto. And I even knew a woman who I went to high school with, and she, if you'd ask her, well, where do you live? She's like, well, I live in Toronto, but I'm from Montreal. And it's like, well, how long have you been living in Toronto? And she'd be like, 20 years. How old are you? I'm 22. It's like, really? I found that to be, I used to tell that as a joke. And a Montreal comedian said to me, she goes, that's accurate. So do you, but I find now, I think that's gone away for people. Like my brother-in-law is from Montreal. He does love living in Toronto. He does point out that if the Habs win, it'll be happy. If the Leafs lose, he's happy. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Okay. But what are your feelings about Toronto now? Like you've been here a while, what do you think?
Yeah, I've been here now 18 years. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere. And I actually love Toronto. Mm-hmm. And I shake my Quebecois fist at everybody who says, oh, Toronto's the worst. It has its ups and downs, but I love it. I really, really love it. Now, that said, still
sorry?
I still like anything to do with the Leafs makes me want to barf. So my blood still runs bleu, blanc, rouge. So,
Well, I learned to hate the Habs because of all those Montrealers who, and to a person, they all moved to Toronto, like in the around 1990 when the separation thing came up. My brother-in-law, to his credit, said recently, because it was his birthday, my sister did a quiz, and he's become a Blue Jays fan, and part of the quiz question was, if the Expos came back, who would he root for to win the World Series? And he said the Blue Jays, which I was like, I didn't think was true. But the more I think about it, it's like, well, how popular were the Expos? I mean, you lost them. So how much were people really into them? So I don't know. Were you an Expos fan?
Not really. We were really a hockey family. The Big O is really hard to get to. I lived on the West Island, so it's really far. It was a lot easier to get to the Forum. So and also we were really a hockey family, not a baseball family. I became a baseball watcher when I moved to Toronto, and I also enjoy watching the Leafs. What are they called? The Jays. That's right.
You said the Leafs. We're going to hold you to that. So
yeah, I know. Oh God, now that's going to be on my repeat. I enjoy baseball. I can't say I love baseball. I love hockey. I love watching hockey. Still do miss it so much when I can't watch it. And
is there anything, when I went to visit friends in Montreal, I had a friend who had great tickets at the Big O. And because the food at Exhibition Stadium was terrible, like really terrible. And the food at the Stadium of Montreal was really good. And what I don't like now when I do go to the Odd Leafs game is how expensive everything is. But was the food better at the Forum? Is it affordable, like that kind of thing?
So at the Forum. So now, of course, now they're at the Bell Center. The Habs are at the Bell Center. But when I was there, we all went to the Forum, and at the Forum, you would get a hot dog, and this is the level of sophistication of Montrealers, that your hot dog, which was sold to you by a vendor who was walking through the aisles of the Forum with a basket attached to his or her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And you could choose if you wanted your bun toasted or steamed.
Ooh.
Because people, even when you're paying $2 for a hot dog in the stands at the Forum, you need to really have that level of sophistication. And so toasté ou steamé, it really also said a lot about your personality. Now that said, I did, used to be able to buy standing room tickets at the Forum in Montreal. Mm-hmm. I used to smuggle in 2 Ben's smoked meat sandwiches under my shirt.
It's funny you say that, because I was going to ask you, I lived in the UK for about 7-8 years. And when I would come home to visit, the things that I wanted to have, like some good mac and cheese, because these are things you couldn't get there, or I wanted like a smoked meat or pastrami sandwich, because deli is really hard to find there. Although now the big thing there is American barbecue, which is hilarious to me. Is there a certain thing, like when you go back to Montreal to visit, where it's like, I got to have this while I'm here? There's a place I got to go. Is there something that you miss, like food-wise, that you can't get?
When I'm in Quebec in general, I need to either have a big hard day skiing or a big hard night drinking and then eat poutine. That's the only time when I really feel justified in eating a big poutine. Right. But mostly when I'm in Montreal, I do love a smoked meat sandwich, but I can almost lick the sidewalk. I just love being there so much.
That's nice. Claire, I want to ask you, because I could use some advice. I was watching your video. You had a whole thing. I watched one of your City Line videos where you were talking about peaches, about how to pick a proper peach. And you gave tips on how to peel the peach and everything. And your tips on how to pick a peach I thought were very good, but a lot of it involves, for a lot of picking fruit, I know you got to pick it up and smell it, but now you can't really pick up fruit in a grocery store or touch it and squeeze it. Is there anything people can do, you think, to help pick out, like, hey, during the pandemic, here's maybe what you can do to pick out, see what's fresh or what's not fresh type thing?
Well, so the good thing is that peaches aren't in season, so you're good there.
Right.
You can just skip that entirely. Apples are in season, and you can pretty much choose any apple as long as it doesn't have a worm coming out of it, and you're good. There's nothing wrong with putting your hands behind your back and getting real close and sniffing that fruit, because if it smells like the fruit, then it probably is going to taste like the fruit. And also, I'm just in there squeezing my fruit. Oh man, that came out wrong. Regardless of pandemic or not.
Right. Let me ask you, I got to ask you, I have a constant problem. I have constant battle with bananas, because I do like bananas. But I got really sick once eating an unripe banana. It was a bit green. I got really sick. So I know that it has to be spotted a bit, in order to be ripe. It's not just yellow. But my condo, for some reason, my kitchen where I keep my bananas, it's like they go from unripe to overripe in 3 days. And I buy a bunch, and it's like I get to eat 1 or 2, and the rest are like, it's like, how much banana bread can I make? Is there anything that I could do to stop my bananas going bad? It sounds crazy. Stop my bananas going bad.
Okay, so you can do one of 2 things. The first thing is you can buy bananas one at a time, and then carefully line them up on a big grid of construction paper and make a big strategic schedule for yourself.
Okay.
Or you can always, if you want to speed up the ripening of a banana, you can put it in a paper bag with an apple. Would that help?
Oh, maybe that would. I'm going to give that a try. And you know what? Based on all that, let's see some comedy.
Chateaubriand, who wants banh mi, pork belly banh mi? Who wants Chateaubriand? Aperitif?
Yes, I'll have one.
Oh yeah, Pousse Café? 3-4 layer Pousse Café?
Certainly, yes.
Oh yeah. Let me just Let me just layer the grenadine. There we go. Pousse Cafe. There you go.
Wow,
Pousse
they're really
Cafe.
stepping it up here. Yeah, I'll take one of those. I'll take one of
Yeah,
those.
Pousse Cafe.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll take
Okay.
one of those.
Yeah, we
There you
haven't
go.
finished the Maillard reaction on the Chateaubriand. It's gonna be another like 5 minutes, but I got pork belly banh mi. I got I got some ratatouille.
I'll take some ratatouille, sure.
Ratatouille coming right up. There we go.
What type of veuve are you carrying today?
Oh wait, we got the best. We got red and white veuve. There you go. Here's your
Oh.
ratatouille, pal. $3.
Well, red, please.
Red, sure thing. Good choice, man. How they doing today? How the guys playing today?
Well, we're up 1-0. Not too bad.
Oh yeah. They got a bunch of the banh mi just before the game. Yeah, they got the hot spicy pickles.
Do you still serve beer here at all?
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry, what did you just ask?
It's been a while since I've been to a Habs game. Do you still serve beer?
Hey, Gladys, we got another one.
What? I just want to get a 50.
No, sir, Gladys, we gotta take care of seat number A13.
I just wanted a 50. All I wanted was a 50.
Gladys, you gotta speak up. This chair can't hear you.
Sorry. Did you say you had some trouble? Somebody wants a beer?
Yeah,
Gladys,
a beer.
This is Gladys?
Yeah, this is Gladys. What?
Gladys, I don't want any beer. I
What,
just
you
want a
gender
50.
shaming?
Can't
What?
I get a 50 in Montreal anymore?
50 of what?
A 50. 50. Beer.
Oh, a 1950. Yeah, we have a 1950 Viva Phone.
No, I just want a 50 beer. I don't want any of this wine. Why is it so fancy at the hockey game now?
Because, my friend, this is culture. This is what Canadians are about. This is the finest culture and the finest food you will find anywhere in town. And I carry it on a little box that I wrapped around my belly. Because that is what I do. I
don't think Guy Lafleur would be eating that crap. You'd be drinking a 50 and having a smoke. I mean,
all right, that's it. Class, hold my card. I'm taking this asshole to town.
Meanwhile, in a kitchen across town, you know, all these magazines are the same. They all have the same recipe with a couple of little things that are different. It's all the same.
Well, did you get this month's with the quiz in it?
What's that?
Did you get this month's Chatelaine with the quiz in it?
No, I haven't gotten it yet. I got Good Housekeeping.
Well, let me tell you, this little doozy saved my marriage.
What are you talking about?
Well, you get the quiz, and it's an are you a toasty or are you a steamy?
Toasty or steamy? Are you talking French?
Well, it's originally derived from French, and they anglified it so people wouldn't be afraid. But it's basically based on what kind of hot dog are you? And then you take the quiz, and then once you figure out what kind of hot dog you are, it gives you tips for the bedroom.
Well, ask me a few questions.
Okay, I brought it with me.
Oh my God, this feels dangerous.
All right, first cue.
Yeah.
When eating a hot dog,
Yeah.
how do you condomize? A, fully loaded. B, ketchup or mustard only. C, nude.
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought of it that way. I mean, I like a little mayo, but
Okay.
well, I mean, I don't know if that qualifies.
I'll put you down as other. I'll just write it in the magazine. I got
Okay.
it at the
put me as
library, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other.
mayo. Okay. Number 2.
Yeah.
When it comes to your wiener, do you like a little steamy, a foot long, or versed?
Oh. Okay.
Can you imagine?
No. I've never been with a German.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
but so I would go with what was the first one?
A foot long, a
Yeah.
little steamy, or versed?
Steamy. A little steamy.
A little steamy.
A little
Okay,
steamy.
Great. Little steamy. Okay.
Oh my God.
Number 3. How do you like your buns?
Oh, toasted.
Toasted. I knew it. I knew you were a toasty girl. Okay.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said toasted too.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Bernice, you
said
and I are
toasted
like
too.
this.
We're like soul twins. We're like sisters from different misters. Have you seen that? Have you seen the kids say that?
No.
They say it.
I thought they were. I've been saying, hey, peeps.
Yeah, that's good too.
Do they still say
Hey,
that?
hey peeps, what up peeps?
Yeah.
How are my peeps? I think, yeah. And
Okay.
you know what's so funny? Oh,
What?
okay, never mind.
No,
never
it's
mind.
okay. Okay.
No,
Okay.
never
I
mind.
just was. I wanted to get the. I just wanted to make sure that I was ready for,
Well, there's one
je
last
ne sais
question.
quoi.
Oh, the je ne sais quoi. En français. There's one last question. When
Are
it
you guys
comes
taking
to
a quiz in here?
Hi, Lloyd.
Hi, Lloyd.
I couldn't help it over here. The steamy versus was it the broiled wiener quiz?
No, it's toasty versus steamy.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm all ears for this one. I guess you're down to the
Did
final
you want to
question.
take the quiz?
I just want to hear the final question.
Okay. All right. The final question.
Okay, I don't know how I feel answering it in front of Lloyd.
Why, Lloyd? What's wrong with asking an answer in front of Lloyd?
I guess nothing.
Lloyd, it's girl talk, but okay.
Oh, Lloyd likes girl talk.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
The final question.
Yeah.
When it comes to your dogs, do you prefer to...
Okay.
Lloyd, if you're going to be here,
Lloyd.
you have to be mature.
Okay.
Okay.
Zip it, Lloyd.
Zip it, Lloyd.
Fine.
I'm sorry. When it comes to your street meat, when it comes to your hot dog,
Oh,
do
you said street meat.
Lloyd, you got me all flustered. Are you going to
No
stay?
entendres.
Jesus,
sorry.
Bernice, this
I'm
is.
sorry. When it comes to your hot dog, do you prefer to pick it up, A, at the grocery store, B, farm fresh, or C, street meat?
Oh, well,
Can't wait,
I mean, Bernice, I've never had a one night stand. Gee, Lloyd,
Get out
Jesus
of here.
Christ.
Lloyd's getting in there.
Out of here, Lloyd.
Take a shower.
Take a shower, for God's sake.
Okay, I guess old Lloyd will go take a shower.
Spit out that gum before you get in the shower,
Oh
too.
my God.
I'm
he'll choke
cleaning,
on-
I'm cleaning gum up out of the shower.
Well,
like
that-
I'm there with like a painter's thing, just cleaning gum out of the shower.
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I've told you before. I'm going to tell you one more time. You need to leave him.
You know what? I would if it weren't for the dogs.
Meanwhile, at a grocery store across town.
Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Oh,
I
hi.
saw you sniff that peach.
I was making a crumble. I'm making a crumble,
Well,
and I was gonna see which of the peaches would be good for.
you can't put your face that close to a peach, sir. Everyone here has to socially distance from the fruit as well as each other.
I know, but I don't know which of the peaches would be good for a crumble.
Excuse me,
unless I
sorry,
can-
pardon me a moment, sir. Sir, did you just take that bottle of olive oil and chug some of it?
well, how am I supposed to know that it's good?
Hey.
This is a grocery store, and we're trying to keep things safe and pleasant for everybody. You can't just manhandle all our produce and our products.
Is that good olive oil? Because that's probably on my ingredient list.
Here, give it a taste.
Okay.
Pretty decent brand.
Wait, have you no decorum, gentlemen? This is a Whole Foods. Now, you do not chug. First of all, that is horrible for you.
Well, then why
I'll
do we
put it back then.
Look, you can't put it back. I meant it's horrible to chug olive oil like that. Listen, I am not going to have these shenanigans in my store. Now, I run a clean. Do not peel that grapefruit, sir. Do not eat that. Listen, wait. Put down that peanut butter. Put down that peanut butter. Do not put that in your. Do not listen. All right.
He's gonna do
Lloyd.
it. He's gonna do it.
Lloyd.
And that is the end of the show. Yeah. All right.
All argue.
Let's hear it for the Monkey Toes player, Lisa Merchant. Where is she? Lisa Merchant, show your face.
I'm here.
Andy Joe Bevins, aka Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd's here.
Jack Bosshammer. Brandon Hackett.
See?
Gary Griffin. And Jan Caruana. There she is. I'd like to thank Dewey Menden on the keys. You can hear her. Yeah, she's playing. And Dan Gallia for editing and doing the live stream for us. And of course, I'd like to thank our very special guest, Claire Tansey.
Yay, Claire.
There she is.
Steamy.
I love a steamy.
Or love the steam. You can still support the show at paypal.me/Monkey Toes Toronto. If you're interested in booking Monkey Toes for a private or virtual show, you can contact me via our website, monkeytoes.com. If you have any friends or family who missed tonight's show, you think might want to see it, it should render within a few hours. It'll be on YouTube until the next show airs. For all things Claire Tansey, go to her website, clairetansey.com. Claire, do you have anything upcoming you want to let people? Check out that book, people.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the
Hey, I do live cooking classes every other Tuesday. This Tuesday coming up, we're doing a spiced couscous with beautiful chicken. Come on over, visit my Instagram at Tansey Claire. You can figure out how to come and join us on the live cooking show. Make dinner with me. Let's do it.
Yeah, do that. Jan, you've got something you want to plug, I believe. You got to turn your mic on. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow me at Two Little Sandwiches and watch me this weekend, Sunday at 7 p.m. on CBC on Because News.
Because News, very nice. Brandon, you got something you want to plug, I believe.
Yes. So the Tony Ho podcast on CBC Podcasts. That's coming up with new sketches every week, and one that I've written and also perform a little bit in is featured this week. So,
all right, so Tony Ho podcast on CBC. All right, and Sandy, you've got something to plug.
As always, I just keep on promoting. Please, food bank. Always consider donating to the food bank. There's one right across the street from us. And this morning there was a huge line. I continue to say, if you want to donate to something, you don't know where to go, food bank, they still need it.
Yeah, so please do give to the food bank. For me, the panel show should be coming back sometime later this month. There it is, a panel show. Now that we don't have to talk about Trump anymore, we're happy to talk about politics on a comedy show. And my new quiz show, the Quizcast, should be coming out later this month or early next month as well. I had a couple audio issues, but I'm going to be recording more. So please check that out. And thank you so much for joining us on Monkey Toast, everybody. Have a lovely night and a great weekend. Bye.
Lloyd's going for a shower.
Finally.
Yay!
Lloyd.
Hey.
Clear. Are we clear?